This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and review. What I'm looking at today is 2020's Kate, directed by Cedric Nicholas Troyan and starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Woody Harrelson. And this is a really good movie. And in fact, it's comparable to Keanu Reeves' John Wick movies, though it's better. Why is it better? Because Mary Elizabeth Winstead is a better actor. Not only is she a better actor, she is a significantly better actor. And that's not to hate on Keanu Reeves. From what I hear, he's a nice person. That being said, he is not a very good actor. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure anyone disputes that point. He has moments of strength, such as Speed and the first Matrix. But beyond that, he gives very wooden performances. And that's not a criticism of Keanu Reeves, because that he's able to go so far as an actor while not being able to do it very well is a compliment. I'm not even going to speculate on why that's the case, though I have theories. Though in any case, I don't think it's a disputable point that the man is not a very good actor. And that's the thing about Kate. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performance elevates everything else. Woody Harrelson is also in the movie. He's great. He's also the villain. Though that's not apparent to you probably 20 minutes in, you're probably not paying that much attention. In any case, like the aforementioned John Wick movies, this is in that vein. Which is to say, you have lots of kinetic action, lots of violence, physical violence. But the thing is, it's oddly more violent than the John Wick movies. I've seen John Wick 2 and John Wick 3 Parabellum. And the action is great, but there's very little else to these movies. They exist in an almost science fiction universe where assassins are literally a dime a dozen and people pay for things with this special currency. It's reality adjacent, to be sure, but it's not. Kate, on the other hand, exists in a very real space. Now, I haven't been a member of the Yakuza recently, so I can't quite speak of how that works, but it feels realistic. And it operates in a world that is very much like ours. I haven't been to Tokyo, but it feels real. And that's important. And as I said, the action in Kate is more visceral, it's more violent, and it's much bloodier. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall much in the way of blood in the John Wick movies at all. They're spectacularly violent, but there's very little actual blood, which is weird because I haven't checked the ratings for any of those movies, but there's no way on earth they could be PG-13. Not a chance. So if they're going to be R, show some of the red stuff. In Kate, they do. And it's a hard watch if you're not into that type of physical violence. Because unlike what happens in the John Wick movies, it feels like there's a cost to the violence. It doesn't have that rote feel that John Wick has. And to be fair, there are 3 John Wick movies. And the formula does not differ significantly from one movie to the next. So this could be just fatigue on my part. But there's a sameness to it. The whole hook for those movies is the stunts. I believe the first 2, maybe even the first 3, were directed by former stuntmen. And it shows because they dedicate so much love and care to the physical stunt work. The characterization, not so much. Characters are more outlines, almost cartoony. And in fact, if John Wick weren't based on a comic book, I'd be kind of surprised. It has that feel to it. Kate, on the other hand, just feels more grounded, more real. As I said, there are lots of physical action set pieces, but they aren't outlandish physical action set pieces. The movie revolves around Kate, who is an assassin, and on a job she almost harms a child, and she's just done. She wants out. Though someone poisons her, and I believe she has something in the ballpark of 24 hours to live. So the whole movie is her going about trying to find out who poisoned her. This is not a novel plot. But as I said, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is such a strong presence that it just works. She carries off the physical action, she carries off the emotional scenes, she is the whole package. And it just gels as a film. And what's also pretty interesting about Kate is that it takes place in Japan, directed by a Frenchman with 2 American leads. That might sound perhaps chaotic, but it just works really well. If you haven't seen Kate, it's currently on Netflix, and as I've been implying, if you're a fan of John Wick, though you want to see it perhaps done a little bit better, check it out. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow.